Well, hello there. It's December 2024, and after many years of carrying Victorinox Swiss Army knives every day, I have finally bought my very first Victorinox Swiss Champ. I've only had it a few days, never had one this big before, and that's what she said. But the purpose of this video is to ask, is this the ultimate? Is it the best Swiss Army knife you can carry, or is it too big for EDC? Is it overkill? Throughout my, as I say, almost lifetime of carrying a Swiss Army knife, I've normally carried things like the compact 2-layer knife, a waiter, a 1-layer knife, but dead useful, dead small. A cadet's one of my favourites, super slim, super pocketable. Sportsman is another all-time favourite of mine. Wonderful, again a 2-layer knife. I've always thought kind of these remain nice and slim in my pocket, no unsightly pocket bulge or anything. Something to do with that's what she said. And I've always found these have given me kind of enough to get by. If I know I'm going to be doing a job that's going to require more task specific appropriate tools, then I'll either bring those with me or I'll go get them. If I'm just pottering around, I've always just carried like, a 1 or 2-layer knife, no problems at all. For years I've been doing that, and actually I would say probably my most carried knife over the years has probably been the wonderful, the fantastic Victorinox Manager, little key ring size. There it is next to a tiny compact. The Manager, now discontinued model, packing these wonderful, so useful in urban environments for day to day, these wonderful tools, and a toothpick and a pressurized pen. So yeah, over the years, this little tiny knife here, or one of many others I own just like it, has been attached to my keychain, dangling down in my pocket, and have served me so well for innumerable tasks over the years. Again, if I need bigger tools, then yeah, I'll go get them. Stuff around the house, these, they've been great. I've been more than happy with them, and I've always felt, well, anything else is getting a bit too big, really. They become a little bit heavier, a little bit bulgier in your pocket. So I've always resisted them. But then recently I've been carrying the Deluxe Tinker more and more, specifically for these little pliers, the miniature pliers. I've done another video on these recently, saying about just how useful I think these are for small tasks. And the Deluxe Tinker is the smallest, slimmest knife Victorinox make that has the small pliers. And yeah, I've just been finding that so useful. So I've been carrying the Deluxe Tinker a lot more. We'll just say quickly, not a fan of the T-handle Phillips because it's really limited for me in terms of where it can be used. You need more space to get into corners and things, which is lacking when you're using this. Also, you've got to be careful with the amount of torque you apply using this in any case, because you will still bend the liners if you're not careful. So yeah, not a massive fan of the backside Phillips driver. But yeah, great little tool, dead useful. Saved my bacon a ton of times recently. But then I sort of thought, well, yeah, that's cool. So what about the bigger ones then? Never had a Swiss Champ, never had a Handyman. And so I had a look, and the Handyman was on sale on Amazon for 51 quid. So, bit wider than the Deluxe Tinker. But I thought, well, I'll try one of those. It's got the same tools as the Deluxe Tinker. It swaps the backside Phillips for the corkscrew. It adds a few more tools on there. You've still got the excellent pliers. You also get the fabulous wood saw in there, and the file with the metal saw on there. Yeah, I kind of thought, all right, for 51 quid, I'll pick one of those up. Flash sale or something from Amazon, bargain. And yeah, I like it, but then I thought, well, if you're gonna start going bigger, then why not go biggest? If you're carrying this little lump in your pocket, well, why not carry a little bit more of a lump in your pocket and just have max tools? If you're going to go big, why not go biggest? I know there's the Swiss Champ XXL, which is ridiculously wide. That's more of a display piece, isn't it? So I had a bit of a Google. This is normally around about 100 quid in the UK, but an internet search showed that Millets, which is a sort of mid-range outdoor gear retailer in the UK. Millets are selling these on their website for £59.50. Well, I couldn't refuse that. Priced at 75 quid in store, which is still a really good price, but they said they would price match with online, so I went in the next day and got it, and they did price match. So I've got this brand new Swiss Champ for £59.50. What a steal. I had to have it. And it's a right little chunker, fair bit of weight, but it's got so many tools on it, including all the standard stuff, but including the pliers, which I'm a massive fan of, the wood saw, the metal file, plus the addition of a magnifying glass. I have never been bothered about having a magnifying glass, but since getting it, I've quite enjoyed playing with this, and it has been useful at looking at really tiny writing on the inside of my Apple wall charging plugs to check wattage and things. And if we ever get any sunshine again in this country, I'm going to try and start fires with it and stuff. Anyway, so you get the magnifying glass. Biggest massive bonus point for me is you get this really nice 3D Phillips number 2 Phillips screwdriver on there in inline format. So you haven't got the stupid and annoying T-shank Phillips, you've got a proper inline Phillips. I've used this a load to test it recently and it's wonderful, really good. And the tool I've most wanted all my life is the fish scaler. That's not true, obviously, but you've got a little 2 7/8 inch ruler on that side and a 7cm ruler on that side. You've got a nice straight edge there. You've got a general long rounded edge metal pokey tool there. I'll try and find a fish one day and scale it, but yeah, I'm sure there are 1,000,001 other uses for this if you use your brain and set your mind to it. And on the back side you get the chisel, an extra screwdriver, the multi-purpose hook and all. And this model does already come with plus scales, so you get the tweezers, the toothpick and the pressurized ballpoint pen, and it comes with the eyeglasses screwdriver and the pin already in, which does save you some money anyway. If you wanted to upgrade another knife to plus scales, you've got to buy the scales, you've got to buy the accessories. So yeah, that's great that all already comes with it. It is a bit of a chunker compared to what I'm used to carrying. Victorinox Manager weighs 30.69 grams. Compact weighs 64.61 grams. Deluxe Tinker is 125 grams, let's call it. Victorinox Handyman, 156 grams. Swiss Champ, 180, let's call it 188 grams. Big difference in your pocket. Yeah, in terms of both size and shape. Massive difference in your pocket. There's the compact again. I think it feels good in the hand. As a left-hander, I think using the large blade for fine cutting tasks is gonna be more difficult than with a narrower knife. Be fine for normal cutting tasks like that, but I, as a left-hander, am going to be much easier using the small blade for finer cutting tasks this way. But yeah, I like it. Nice. But because of the increased size and bulk, the only issue I've had really is deciding how I'm going to be most comfortable carrying it. My other pocket knives are either on a little pocket dangler or have been on one of these. If I just have this loose in my pocket, because of the size and weight of it, it falls straight to the bottom and does make a bit of a ungainly clumpy lump in the bottom of your pocket. So I've tried it on the pocket dangler and that works okay, but this is still a bit long and it does still dangle a little bit, not perfectly flat in my pocket, if that makes sense. The other thing I tried is this little belt clip thing off of Amazon for just a couple of quid. The knife fits in there perfectly and holds it really securely, but it's not dead low profile and it's a vertical belt loop carry, so it's like that. It would be much better as a horizontal carry, so your belt runs that way. That'd be much more comfortable if you're sitting down or bending, I think, than a vertical carry. Also, I don't really like the idea of a pocket clip. That's perfectly fine if I'm knocking about in my mucky gear doing DIY or stuff outdoors, that's no problem. But if I'm on CV Street or at work or something, I don't want that clip to my belt. It's going to look like I've got a strangulated hernia popping out or something. So yeah, fine for mucking about, but not ideal for civvy clothes and work. The other thing I've just tried is this really old Phoenix torch, little stretchy pouch. The knife does slide in there no problem and it's held really securely, and that just slides again. It's a vertical carry, so not my favourite, but that's quite low profile-ish. That's the sort of thing I'm after, but not on a vertical carry. On a horizontal carry I'm gonna have to make something myself, I think, out of some elasticated webbing. So yeah, what have you found? What are the best ways to carry one of these? You just dump it in your pocket? Belt pouch? Pocket dangler? Not found my ideal way yet. So yeah, I've carried something like these all my life really, and never really thought I'm lacking anything for just in case backup EDC tools. But what do you think? What do you guys think? Is something like this enough? Is this or a classic SD? Is that perfectly fine? For a lot of stuff I think it absolutely 100% is. But I've got to say I am loving this tool so far. It's fantastic. So well made. It's Victorinox. And I just feel like with this in my pocket and maybe a pair of Knipex as well, I could probably take on the world. So what do you think? Do you love this one? Is it too big? Is it just perfect? Love to hear your thoughts. Is this the ultimate EDC? I mean, we can go down the discussion of Leatherman type tools route, couldn't we? But no, I carry Victorinox Swiss Army knives, non-locking blades, and that is a must for me as a UK citizen. So let me know what you think, guys. Would love to get some feedback on this. Like I say, I've only had this a few days and I've been carrying it and will continue to carry it, but I don't know whether long term this is going to be my EDC or whether I'm going to go back to something slimmer and lighter. So yeah, give me some feedback. Oh, and I've never ever done this before in any vids, but all the stuff I've been reading says you really should ask your watchers to hit like and subscribe. So although that feels really crass and needy to me, yeah, all the info says you should mention that in your vid. So if you want to hit like and subscribe, that would be great. No drama if not. So thanks for having a look, and give me regards to your mother. Goodbye.